Bonnie Smith, and I'm the Sexual Assault Response Coordinator, and I'm also part of the Resiliency team. And I want to welcome you to our first ever Resiliency Share the Spotlight video. And the aim of these videos is to really just help everyone here at the 138th have their voice be heard. And we want to talk all things resiliency. So just as a reminder, when we talk resiliency, we're not really talking about arriving somewhere, but resiliency is really more about the ability to push through adversity or challenges. And so today, for this quarter, we're going to be talking about how we build positive connections to one another, and how developing our support systems really helps us become resilient when we do face challenges. So today we have Staff Sergeant Pickett is joining us. Thank you for coming in and talking with me today.
Thank you for having me, Bonnie.
So first thing is, can you just tell us a little bit about who you are, both when you're here at the 138th and who you are at home?
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for having me included in this sharing the spotlight. So here at 138th, I've been with you all for about going on 7 years now, and I work at the LRS in supply. I've been, making sure all the products and items that we need on the base and off the base is equipped and ready to go, and just making sure us as a unit is ready to fly when needed. Outside of here, I have been a student for many plus years, and I am happy to say I am a new registered nurse, so I've just been grinding a little bit harder than I'm used to and pushing through to, get to the big day of saying, hey, I made it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Huge news, especially considering the past year we've just had.
Yes.
So how do you feel like you're holding up after almost an entire year of social distancing, dealing with the pandemic, some unpredictability? How do you feel like you're doing?
Today, I'm better than when we started. It's, of course, for all of us, been trial and error, ups and downs, climbing the mountain. I've come to a point where I'm okay, just maintaining and surviving. I've been able to stay positive and had a great support system between my family and friends, so upholding really well.
So it sounds like something that you are doing right now is you're taking things day by day.
Yes, for sure. Just taking it one day at a time, just being optimistic of what may come of that day, and then, just sitting back when I need to take a time to sit back and say, hey, I may be able to manage this and I may not be able to, but day by day has been the best for me thus far.
Great. So it's really about just being kind to yourself, giving yourself some permissions that that day is not a bad life.
Exactly.
So one thing that we know for sure is people need people. So humans are relationship based, right?
Yes.
So what I mean by that is that we need one another to thrive. But one of the things that we also know is that certainly as a country, this year has presented some challenges, and a lot of us have felt really socially isolated and distant from one another. So can you tell me, how do you feel like last year has impacted your ability to feel connected to others?
For me personally, I'm an extrovert. So with me sitting in the house for days in and, going from being a student, going to school every day, sitting in the library for hours to, hey, stay at home and do that, it's been a lot. Very difficult for me, but I've been able to manage and just kind of take it day by day again and just fighting each battle and challenge that came along.
So your natural ways of relating to others would be face-to-face as an extrovert and kind of out and about.
Yes.
So it sounds like for this year you've had to do a lot of adapting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can you tell me about some of the ways that you've adapted or some of the skills and opportunities that you've experienced?
Yes, Bonnie, I've been able to, of course, get over my, extrovert fear of sitting in the house, very much so. And I took upon, like most of us, social media has been the best platform to stay engaged. And I've been able to reach out to people I haven't seen or talked to in maybe months or years, sorry to say, but I've been able to interact and meet new people along the way, and just staying, being able to reach out and check in on people and make sure they're doing okay. As long as, I am able to reach out, I was able to find a positive outlook for myself.
So it sounds like as an extrovert, you've had to adapt and change some of the ways that you would naturally connect and relate to others. So can you tell me a little bit about some of the things you've learned from this last year and some of the ways that you've adapted to this environment?
Absolutely. I actually have been taking a hold of social media as my biggest outlet to reach out to other people and engage with other people. And I mistakenly created a YouTube channel, and it has blossomed into one of my best friends because I've been able to reach people near and far, check in on people, and just be able to give everyone else, including myself, that positive outlet, including yoga and fitness routines, just to keep people physically active and engaged, but also having that relief from some of the stressors that come in our daily life.
That's fantastic. So in addition to kind of learning some new ways of self-care, it sounds like you've also connected with people that you wouldn't have had an opportunity to do so in your kind of natural leanings, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Being able to interact and engage with people through just texting or sending a message in a DM, it has been phenomenal. Getting to meet people across the country, making sure they're doing okay, and then just keeping conversations. So now I'm having lifelong friendships that I know will blossom once 2020 wraps up.
So if you had one piece of advice that you could give yourself back at the beginning of 2020 and how you would deal with things, what would it be?
Oh my, that's a good question. Honestly, looking back in the beginning of March is when everything hit, me and most of the world. I would definitely say and suggest that, don't be afraid to pick up that phone and reach out to people. We go through so much, and at that time, it was really overwhelming, adapting, adjusting, and, making sure that, hey, am I okay myself? And then there's times when I realized I should have just went on and called that person or called my mom and said, hey, I'm just checking in. I feel this way. I may not feel this way, but I'm just letting you know that I'm okay and I might need your help here and there. And it's perfectly fine. I think a lot of us tend to hold in so much, especially with the unknown being a major factor this past year. It worries us, and then we don't want to put our stress on other people. But being able to just simply pick up the phone and reach out during the times when it's not as major, just little phone calls help, and I think that would have helped me a lot too. But at this point in where we're at towards the end of the year, I'm grateful that over time I was able to just say, hey, let me call my friend or let me call my family member and pour out a little bit instead of holding it all in. It helped me relieve a lot of anxiety and stress that I was feeling.
That's some great advice. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with everybody watching?
Overall, I just want to send a big, huge virtual thank you to everyone that's still fighting the fight and staying strong, as well as a hug. Everybody needs that now and then, and I just want to make sure you all are okay. I'm sending lots of love and light your way. Stay strong and keep pushing forward 138.